In our discussion just on paper, so I'm just going to read out some of the things that are important. Now, we recognise that this is a global issue, that we have to recognise now that we are a planet and that we are all connected and we're all in this together. But at the same time, the answers to our problems lie in each individual one of us making an effort to come together. So it is as much as a community solution, as much part of the community as it needs to be a part of the entire globe. We addressed the root cause of this problem to be money, essentially, and we talked about how politicians always speak and they say that the balancing the books is more important than putting our children through a proper education system. We talked about peak oil being an issue, climate change. We talked about corporate power and we talked about the homeless. We talked about the farmers. They're not caring about what they feed their animals. All they're cared about is how much profit they make. And this leads me on to the destruction of resources. Our planet is being raped of its resources for profit incentives. I'd just like to finish on saying that we need to be working together as a coherent planet.
He's almost over.
So the three basic pillars that we managed to get consensus on. The first was true equality, which includes decentralization and transparency of power. Yeah, just leave it at true equality.
We're using double words also. I didn't hear it was only one word.
Freedom of thought and information was the second.
Priority of
And the
human
third
values,
is love
right?
for people and planet.
So, sustainable utilization of the world's resources. Priority of human values, needs and rights. In a fair and honest economy.
So the human rights ones are
So we got probably a consensus on justice, health and education. Sorry? Yes. So individually, I've put reconstitution as the goal. Creation of a national independent currency. And fiscal security and shelter, including clothing, shelter, including clothes, food, including water, companionship, including care. People's constitution.
probably already written here, but fair, equal monetary system. And democratic review, reform, and amendment to all laws.
That's kind of like a reconstitution, is it? Like
I guess so. I mean, the constitution will come first, and then laws will be on top of that. So it kind of ties in.
Real democracy.
Yeah. We were actually asked what we think.
Maybe not real, new.
Sweet.
What we have is new democracy, global disarmament y global peace. And global peace. No waste. Environmental sustainability, not waste. And we have 4 because we need 4. And equitable global distribution of resources.
Abolition of the hierarchy in the corporations.
Reasonable, sustainable and sensible resource use?
But
Sustainable and conscious resource?
no, very different. Different things. How do you distribute the resource or the sustainability of the environment? They are two different things.
True equality.
Okay.
And
Yes.
Caring and sharing for and with everything from elderly to grandchildren. Caring and preserving everything visible and invisible.
That was from one of our friends. Hearing. Hearing, sharing. Yeah, people involved.
Invisible and visible. I was asked to read that.
People on planet with that, people like that. Caring and sharing would come for everything visible and invisible would be people and planet. It's like holistic.
Now our one, we had a global focus on environmental protection, and that our premise value or vision was that every person is of value. Yep.
Would that fall under true equality? Like everybody is equally valuable?
Yeah, but people talk of equality, and I'm sick of bullshit.
We're all sick of bullshit. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
I know, but you talk equality, I want to see it. So, this group said equality, I said, okay, well let's look at what it looks like. And it looks like every person has a vote, and one person's vote is not worth more or less than another person's. It means that one person is not higher up or lesser than another. It means that each person is of value. Of value.
Every person has equal value?
I like to reiterate what she said and to back up what she said. I think what she's trying to say is every grandfather and every grandmother is your grandfather and your grandmother. Every father is your father. Every mother is your father, is your mother. Every brother is your brother. Every child is your child. Every grandchild is your grandchild, and you should care and share with every one of them.
So when you've got that premise, that's when you can implement empowerment through human rights. Once you've got that that premise, but you've got to start with that premise. It's no good having human rights if you don't have that premise to start with. Otherwise it's just like, we've just got this wonderful work thing called human rights, but some people are getting human rights and other people are not. Thank you.
I believe that we should start thinking about using the other 99% of our brain because the system has taken your brain away from you. The only time that your brain is working 100% is when you come out of your mother's womb. A young child, a baby, can see auras. They can tell if you're happy or if you're sad. They're allowed to daydream. We call it daydreaming, but they're tripping. They're astral traveling. You lost it when you went to school, when you went to Sunday school, when you went to preschool, because the teacher said, listen to me. Stop daydreaming. The teacher took your brain away from you. Right from when you was a little child, right up until now, you've only been using 10% of your brain. What happened to ESP? What happened to kinetics? What happened to astral travel? You've all forgotten. Some of you don't even understand it. You don't even know it.
Maybe use our true intelligence.
Pardon?
Use our true intelligence. Is that a good way to sum it up? Use our true intelligence.
Certainly. You don't need the government to tell you what colour underpants to wear. Use your own brain. To do it, you have to cut off everything from back here because it failed. All the ideologies that you had in your brain have failed. They've only cut you down to 10% of your brain. So you have to come up with a new ideology to rebuild your brain so that you don't need anyone, you don't need a telephone. Many times, how many times have you spoken to someone? How many times have you